Hey everyone, welcome back to Quizmaster Tutorial series. In this episode, we will implement quiz questioning and scoring. By the end of this video, users can able to take quizzes and submit their answers. So let's get started. In this video, you will see how to add and manage quiz questions. Then we allow users to attempt quizzes and submit their answers. And then we will record the scores in database and we will display the quiz scores to the user. Okay, so here is the sequence diagram for quiz attempt. So user will visit the quiz page and then the quiz page will request the quiz questions, and then it will ask database to fetch and quiz questions by the Flask app. Then database will return the quiz question to application. That application will display on quiz page. Then after uh, after taking the quiz, user will submit the answers, and quiz page then submits the answer to application, and then application calculate the score, and that score will get saved in database, and then uh, we the user get the confirmation, and then user will redirected to results page where they will display or they will see their quiz results. Okay, so that is the sequence diagram. Okay, let's start with the first part. So we don't have yet the questions page at the admin dashboard, so admin cannot manage the questions yet, cause in the last video we made the pages for uh, managing the subjects, managing the chapters, and managing the quizzes, but we don't have questions in the quiz yet. So we will also make the quiz questions a specific part that can be managed by the admin. Okay, so we are on routes page, and for adding the questions in quiz, we have to make a question form. So in the forms.py page, uh, let's start creating a question form. So question form, Flask form, and then with the models.py we have question statement, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, correct option, and quiz ID. So copy these all, paste it here. So the question statement will be text area field, cause question could be big, and then question statement as label, validators as data required. Okay, and then the first will be the option 1, uh, that will be string field with the option 1, validators required. Then option 2, that will be same, string field and validators required. And then option 3, that will also be a string field, option 3. Then option 4, same as string field, and then we have the correct option. That will be integer field because we have to record a number of options, like which option is correct. So integer field, the label will be from option 1 to 4, and that is extremely required, data required. And then the last stage, quiz ID, and quiz ID will show the relation between the question and quiz. So that will be integer field. Okay, the label, we don't need to show this field on form because we are uh, using this data from our URL. Okay, so so there is no need to show this. Actually, we don't need this field in form. Okay, so remove, and we needed only submit. So the submit field and label is saved. Okay, cool. So you will understand in some time why we haven't added the quiz ID as select field. Okay, like questions chapter. So we have created our question form. Next, we have to make the route for managing questions and add question from the admin route. Okay, from the admin dashboard. So let's start with this file, routes file, and first do one thing. Just move these routes, as these are authentication related routes. Move these to top. Okay, here, and make a comment, authentication routes. Cool. Now let's start with managing quiz questions route. Okay, so earlier we have this route just for the illustration of the questions. So let's create a new route. Okay, and remove this cause we are going to change the structure. So the structure will be, this will be based on the quiz. Okay, so what is the problem with this approach? First I'll tell you, and then why we have to manage using using the quiz. Okay, so what will happen if we try to list all the questions? Okay, so uh, just think about, you have, so just think about, there are um, 10 quizzes. Okay, and you have 10 questions in each quiz, so that will be 100 questions in total. Okay, so, and when you list all those 100 questions using this query, okay, so you cannot specific to like which questions are specific to the quiz. Okay, so that is the problem with this approach. So what we will do, question must be specific to quiz, so why don't we, um, like from the start, why don't we just list all questions those are specific to some quiz. Okay, so that's why we don't need this one, and similarly we don't need this one. Okay, so we'll create those two routes again. Okay, and the templates. So just remove the old structure data, manage questions and manage scores. We will start with the new one. Also remove the related templates, manage questions, manage scores. Okay, and then also remove it from the links. Okay, in some time we will again add the links. Okay, so let's start with the manage quiz questions route. So f dot root admin manage quiz questions. And why this is special? Because we will provide the quiz ID. Okay, in that way we can filter the questions uh, like at start, so we don't need to create a filter and all. Okay, if we show all the questions, then we need to apply the filters, but here using a specific page, like we are providing the ID with this URL, so the questions will be already specific to quiz. Okay, cool. Then that will be login required, and the def function is manage quiz questions, and this ID will come to the function, will pass to the function as here, and then what we have to do, first we have to check for the admin, and next fetch the quiz first. Okay, so fetch the quiz record from the database quiz dot um, quiz dot query dot get or 404 quiz ID. So we will get the quiz, then we need to fetch the questions related to this quiz. Okay, so as we will have the relation already for the quiz and the question, so what we can do, we can use directly the quiz dot questions that will list all the questions related to the quiz. How it happened? It happened using this relation. So the question has the quiz ID. Okay, and quiz has the relationship backref. So what will happen, we can already, quiz has the relationship with the question. So if the question had the quiz ID, so the quiz can find the questions using this ID. Okay, so it will try to find the questions where the quiz ID is this ID. It will fetch all the record, and as we are using the ORM, So we just have to write this query quiz.questions, and it will convert in the raw SQL as find the question where the quiz ID is quiz. Okay, so we will have the questions, then we have to render the template for quiz questions. So render template, and the template will be uh, admin slash manage quiz questions .html, and then we will pass both the quiz equal to quiz and questions equal to questions. Okay, so in that way, in the template we will have both quiz and questions. Okay, cool. So we have created this route. Next we will add the add question route. Okay, so let's do that. Add route admin add question, and then we will provide the ID of quiz. Quiz ID and login required. This route is login required. Def add question. The ID will pass here, quiz ID. Okay, and then check for the admin, and then create the form object. So form is quiz, no, form is the question form that we just added. So that will be question form. So create the question form, and if form dot validate on submit, and for that we also have to mention two methods. Okay, methods, one is get, another is post. Okay, cool. Okay, so if form validate on submit is true, then we have to create the question. So question equal to question, and what we have, so question statement option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and correct option. These are all the fields admin can fill in questions. Okay, right here. Then question statement will come from form dot question statement dot data. The option 2, the option 1 will come from form dot option 1 dot data, and option 2 will come from form dot option 2 dot data. Option 3 will be form dot option 3 dot data. Option 4 will be form dot option form 4 dot data, and the correct option will be form dot ops the correct option dot data. One more field that is really required is quiz ID, and as we are not using the selector for selecting the quiz, so how we are defining this? So we are passing the quiz in this route. Okay, so that quiz ID we will fill here or submit here. Next, what we have to do, we have to add this question and save in the database sun.commit, and this option after the successful we will flash the message question added successfully, and the category will be success, and then we will redirect admin to where we will redirect to manage quiz questions. Okay, cool. And then we will also have to provide the quiz ID to manage quiz questions. Okay, so quiz ID equal to quiz ID. Okay, cool. And then we will render the template for add question form, that will be admin add question dot html. Okay, and then we have to provide the form and quiz ID in quiz ID. Okay, cool. Okay, close this here. We are done with the add question route. Next, we will start creating our template for add question and managing questions. Okay, so for adding the template for add question, the template will be in the admin directory as add question.html. So make this file add question.html, and this will use the layout from the admin dashboard. Okay, so copy some copy the content or HTML from quiz and paste it here, and change add question, then add question, and remove all the fields. I mean, first tweak one field and then we will copy this. Okay, so the first field is in the forms. In the question form, the first field is question statement. So question statement. So we have the question statement label, the question statement field, whatever it is, the string or text. And if the question statement has errors, so we will show the errors. Okay. Next, copy this whole element for rendering the options and correct options. Okay. So just start with here. The next field is option 1 till option 4. Okay. So replace 1 1 1, then that will be 2. So option 2, and this will be option 3. So for option 3, these will be option 3. Then we have option 4. So option 4. Okay, option 1 2 3 4. Okay, so the next stage, correct options. Okay, so correct option. Okay, correct option. And then we have a submit. Cool. Okay, we can add one more thing to specify like for which quiz we are adding. Okay, so we can show the quiz ID here. Quiz ID that we have provided while rendering the template. Quiz ID and form. Okay, cool. So we are done with the add question template using the quiz ID. Next, we will create the template for manage the quiz questions. Okay, so we need to add the template for manage quiz questions here in the admin directory. Create a new file, make the template file, and extend using the admin slash dashboard .html. Okay, then we will have a title block where the title will be manage questions, and end the block. Then we will have the block for our CRUD object, block CRUD. So next, add a heading first, manage question for, and then we must have the quiz.id. So manage questions for quiz.id. I think we must have to give a name field in quiz, right? Quiz must have a name like summer 2025, summer 2025 week 2, something like that. So that definitely needed a name. Okay, so why don't we just add a field in quiz? Okay, and re-initialize our database. So go to our, delete the current database. Okay, go to our models.py and in the quiz add a name field to. Name will be of column type string, and 80 will be max. It is enough actually, or might be 100. Then we have to have some value in this field. Okay, so we have added a new field name for quiz, and now we have to reinitialize our database, so that will be doable using the Flask app run.pydb create. Okay, we are getting Error. Hmm. Okay. Okay. This root must start with slash. Right. Okay. Save it. Clear the form again and reinitialize our database. Okay, admin created, database created, and we will have the name field in our quiz table now. Okay, then we have to modify some of the things according to the name, like um, while adding the quiz, we need to add the name, and for that we have to add the name here in the quiz form. So name equal to name will be string field, and that will be name, and validators data required. Okay, cool. Then okay, then in the roots, yes, start adding the name to name using the form dot name dot data, and for editing do the same, quiz dot name equal to form dot name dot data. Okay, and then we have to modify these templates. So go to the add quiz template, add one more field for name, and then the edit quiz, that will also have a name field, name. Okay, and we are done with a name field addition in our quiz table. And then okay, so we were creating the template for manage quiz questions. So in the manage quiz questions, now when we have the name for quiz, okay, and we are providing the quiz as parameter here in this template, so we can leverage the quiz.name. So manage questions for whatever the quiz name. Okay, this is nice. Similarly, we can also add here, if we want, add question for quiz ID. So instead of quiz ID, we can add the quiz.name. So why don't we do that? Just do it. So go to roots.py, add question template. Are we providing the quiz in param? No, we are providing the quiz ID. For providing the quiz, we have to fetch the uh, quiz record from the database. And is it feasible? That will be an extra query for our like our backend. So I think that's okay for managing the quiz section, as the quiz is needed there. So that's why it's fine for quiz ID in the add question, and quiz name for the manage questions. Okay, no issue. Then we have to list all the questions here. Okay, so first make a div, and then create a block for loop for question in questions, and then end for loop block, and then inside this one in the loop we will use the table. Okay, so t head, and then the t body, and inside the t head we have the tr, and the tr we have the th. Okay, and in the th we will have one for id, the second one for statement, the question statement, and the third for actions, and the t body will have a row element, then the td element or column, and here we will list the question.id, then question.question statement, this right one, question statement, yes, just copy and paste. Okay, the next um we needed two for we needed three placeholder actually, manage questions for quiz name, and then we needed a reference link for adding the question here. So that's ref, and then this one is for add quiz question, and the link will be URL for add question, and then we need to provide quiz id too. Okay, so the URL is add question, and then the quiz id equal to quiz.id. Okay, so we have the link for add quiz question, then we need the link for edit, but for now we'll just add a placeholder for edit. Okay, edit, and similarly add a placeholder for delete. Okay, so we are done with the managing quiz question template. Okay, just test this all thing. Okay, so run our server, go to the server, open the admin login, and we have reinitiated the database, and with the reinitiation we have our admin record created. Okay, so 123, and admin logged in successfully. We are inside the admin dashboard, and then we can see manage subjects, chapters, quizzes, and we need one for manage quiz questions now. Okay, so we can add a link for the quiz. Okay, so first add some sample data like for manage subject, add a subject, math, mm, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, submit it. Okay, then in the chapters, add a chapter, um, polynomials. Okay, now we will learn about polynomials. Okay, subject is math. Submit. We have the chapter record. Then go to quiz and add a quiz like mm, polynomials 101. Okay, add the timing. The timing is the quiz will be held on 12. Okay, 7. Okay, and the duration will be 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes in seconds is 1500. And now the chapter is polynomials. Submit. So we have the quiz. Next, we need to add the questions. Okay, so we will give an option here to add the questions for this specific quiz. Okay, so that will be a much better structure instead of giving the navigation link for manage questions here because we have created the question route, manage question route using the quiz ID. Okay, that's why we have to give the option here. Okay, so add the option here in the manage quiz. Go to the manage quizzes. Okay, and add one more block that will be a reference link for manage quiz questions from here. Okay, from the quiz. So the URL will be URL for, and that will be what? That will be the manage quiz questions, and we have to also give the ID. Okay, so the URL for manage quiz questions and quiz ID is quiz.id. Okay, cool. Now reload this page again. Specify values. Okay, the problem is the manage quiz section don't have the end block. Okay, that is the error I see for now, and let's investigate more if we got some other errors. Okay, so load it now. Manage quiz. Okay, we are getting for managed quizzes only. Okay, we got the error. Okay, the problem is this is a typo error. So the value it needed for the quiz ID, but in the root we have mentioned quid ID. Okay, ZD. That is a typo error. Okay, correct the typo error here. Quiz ID, and now it will work. See? Okay, so we can now manage the quiz questions from the manage quizzes for each of the question. When I need to create questions for this quiz, you have to click on this button. Okay, it will redirect us to manage quiz questions /1. That is the quiz ID. Okay, and then we can see the name manage questions for polynomials 101. Okay, and then we can add the quiz questions now. So add quiz questions, simplify the polynomial 2x 2 plus 3x 2 plus 9x plus 4x plus 3. Okay, okay, so the option will be the random 7x minus 5, 2x square plus 56. The correct one is 2, 3, 5, 5x square plus 9, 4, 13 x plus 3. And one more wrong option, 7x to the power 4 and 34. And the correct option is third one. Okay, save this field, and we have one question for quiz polynomials 101, right? Then we can have one more. This one is good. Simplify. Is this right? Simplify word. Yeah. Simplify this polynomial. 1 plus 5x plus 1 plus 4x. And the options are 9x plus 20, 35. The second one will be true. 5 plus 4, 9x plus 2. And then 20x plus 1, 5x plus 4x. Okay, the right answer is 2. I think this field must be changed to the correct option. Okay, so first save this, and then in the forms change the label correct option from 1 to 4. Okay, so in the next, like when we add a new again, then we can see the current option. Okay, go back. So in the manage questions for polynomials 101, we have two questions now. These are placeholders, so will not work. Okay, this is just for demonstration, like how you can add the question. So it is really easy now, right? You have to just click the add quiz question, and the question will add for this particular quiz. Okay, no more first like to show all the questions, and then how you will add, like you have to add the question, then you have to select the quiz from the selections. Might be if there are 200 quiz. Okay, how you will select the quiz, that is a problematic one. So that's why this approach is really powerful. Okay, good. Manage the quiz again, manage the quiz questions for this quiz, and then we have the questions for quiz. Totally fine. Okay, cool. um Next we will um we will implement the functionality to attempt the quiz, okay, by the user. Okay,